Have you ever brought home a beautiful plant from the nursery, one with glossy leaves, dramatic flowers, or lush foliage, and later discovered it was a hidden danger? Maybe it caused skin irritation, dropped toxic berries your pet tried to eat, or spread so aggressively it took over your yard. I've walked into nurseries confident, only to later regret certain purchases. In this video, I'll show you 7 of the most dangerous plants you should never buy from nurseries, explain exactly what makes them risky for kids, pets, or your ecosystem, and give you safer, beautiful alternatives that deliver beauty without danger. No fear-mongering, just smart garden choices. 1. Oleander, the beautiful killer. If there's one plant that can fool even the most experienced gardener, it's Oleander, Nerium oleander. With its lush evergreen foliage and clusters of romantic, tropical-looking flowers, it's the kind of plant that instantly transforms any landscape into a Mediterranean dream. You see it in resorts, public parks, and even highways. Its resilience and color make it look like the perfect low-maintenance shrub. But behind those beautiful blooms lies one of the most deadly toxic plants you can grow. Every single part of the oleander, from its roots to its petals, contains potent cardiac glycosides, the same type of chemical compounds found in some medical heart drugs, but in much higher and uncontrolled doses. That means even a small amount, if ingested, can interfere with the heart's rhythm, leading to severe nausea, irregular heartbeat, and in extreme cases, cardiac arrest. What's worse, the toxins remain active even after the plant is cut, dried, or burned. So trimming it without gloves or accidentally inhaling smoke from burning oleander branches can actually cause symptoms of poisoning. And here's the scary part. Animals are just as vulnerable as humans. There are many recorded cases of livestock and pets, especially dogs and horses, being poisoned after nibbling on fallen oleander leaves. Even a handful of dried leaves can be fatal. Now, most of us don't intentionally eat our garden plants, right? But the real danger of oleander is how deceptively ordinary it looks. Kids are naturally drawn to its bright pink or white flowers, and the milky sap that oozes from cut stems looks harmless. A child could pick a flower or touch their mouth after handling it, and that's all it takes to cause irritation or worse. If you already have oleander in your garden, don't panic. You don't necessarily need to remove it immediately, just handle it carefully. Always wear gloves and long sleeves when pruning. Avoid inhaling smoke if you burn trimmings. Never use oleander branches for skewers or firewood. Yes, people have made that mistake. Keep pets and children away from the plant at all times. That said, if you want to replace it with something safer but equally stunning, there are excellent non-toxic alternatives that deliver the same color and vibe. Safer alternatives. Hibiscus. Large tropical flowers with a similar visual impact, but completely non-toxic. Perfect for warm climates. Plumbago auriculata. A sun-loving shrub that produces clouds of sky blue flowers for months on end. Tacoma stands, yellow bells. If you like the bright colors of oleander, this plant gives you golden trumpet blooms and attracts hummingbirds instead of hospital visits. Visually, oleander is the plant equivalent of a supermodel with a dangerous secret. It's breathtaking, seductive, and hard to resist. But if you bring it home without understanding what it is, it can become the most dangerous thing in your garden. So before you fall for oleander's charm, remember this. Not every plant that thrives easily deserves a place near your home. Sometimes the most beautiful blooms are best admired from a distance. 2. Dieffenbachia, the painful houseplant. At first glance, Dieffenbachia, or dumb cane, looks like the perfect indoor plant. Lush, tropical, and easy to grow. Its tall stems and marbled green and cream leaves brighten up any corner, and it's often sold as a low-maintenance favorite for homes and offices. But behind its beauty lies a painful secret. Dieffenbachia is one of the most toxic and irritating houseplants you can own. The danger comes from its milky sap, which contains calcium oxalate crystals, tiny needle-like structures that act like microscopic glass shards. When the plant is chewed or damaged, these crystals pierce the skin or mucous membranes, causing intense burning and swelling. A single bite can make the mouth and throat swell so much that speaking becomes impossible, giving the plant its nickname dumb cane. Even touching the sap can cause itching, redness, or blistering, and getting it in your eyes may result in temporary vision loss. For pets, the risk is even greater. One nibble can lead to drooling, vomiting, or difficulty swallowing. Cats, dogs, and birds are especially sensitive to the plant's toxins. What makes Dieffenbachia so deceptive is how common it is. It's everywhere: offices, schools, and living rooms. Because it's hardy, grows well in indirect light, and needs little care. But for homes with children or pets, it's best avoided. Safer alternatives: Calathea, striking, patterned leaves, and completely non-toxic. Aglaonema, Chinese evergreen. Similar shape and color variety, safer for families. Philodendron Brazil, heart-shaped leaves and easy care with less toxicity. If you already have a Dieffenbachia, don't panic. Just handle it carefully. Always wear gloves, wash your hands after contact, and keep it far from curious hands or paws. Dieffenbachia may be stunning, but its beauty hides a sting. Opting for safer. Tropicals lets you enjoy that lush jungle look without the painful risks. 3. Monkshood, the historical poison. Also known as wolf's bane or aconitum, monkshood is one of the most stunning yet deadly plants you can grow. Its tall spikes of deep violet blue hooded flowers bring elegance and drama to any garden. But beneath that beauty lies a powerful toxin that has made it infamous for centuries. Every part of monkshood contains aconitine, a potent neurotoxin that can be absorbed through the skin or ingested. Even light contact can cause tingling, numbness, dizziness, or nausea. In larger doses, it can disrupt the heart and nervous system, leading to serious poisoning or cardiac arrest. Handling it without gloves is a real hazard. The sap can enter small cuts and cause prolonged burning or numbness. Historically, monkshood was feared and revered. Ancient hunters poisoned arrows with its sap, and folklore says it grew from the drool of Cerberus, the three-headed dog guarding the underworld. It's long been a symbol of mystery, danger, and death in both myth and literature. In gardens, monkshood thrives in cool, moist, well-drained soil and partial shade, often in woodland borders. It can reach up to 4 feet tall and is truly eye-catching, but its extreme toxicity makes it unsuitable for homes with children or pets. Dogs and cats are especially vulnerable if they chew the leaves or roots. Safer alternatives. If you love the tall, elegant look, try Delphinium. Equally striking spires in blue or purple. Lupine, colorful, pollinator-friendly, and safe to handle. Liatris, blazing star. Vertical blooms with no toxicity concerns. If you already have monkshood, always wear gloves and long sleeves when pruning, and wash your hands and tools afterward. Never burn or compost it near pets. Beautiful yet deadly, monkshood is a reminder that not every gorgeous plant belongs in a safe garden. Admire it, but with caution. 4. Yellow Oleander, the hidden twin. At first glance, yellow oleander, Cascabella thevetia, seems like the perfect sunny garden plant. Glossy green leaves, golden trumpet-shaped flowers, and a tidy, compact shape that blooms nearly all year. It's often sold in warm regions under charming names like Lucky Nut Tree or Bee Still Tree. But behind that cheerful look hides one of the most poisonous ornamental plants in the world. Closely related to regular oleander, this plant contains cardiac glycosides, toxins that disrupt heart rhythm. Every part is dangerous, especially the seeds, which have caused numerous poisonings in tropical areas where the plant grows wild. Even a small amount can cause nausea, irregular heartbeat, or in severe cases, cardiac arrest. The danger extends to pets and livestock too. They can fall ill just by nibbling a leaf or seed. Handling the plant without washing your hands afterward can also irritate skin and eyes. Despite its beauty and drought tolerance, it's a risky choice for home gardens, especially around children or animals. Safer alternatives. Tacoma stands, yellow bells, bright yellow blooms, non-toxic, and drought-hardy. Alamanda cathartica, golden trumpet, tropical and vibrant but far less dangerous. Coreopsis, sunny, pollinator-friendly, and completely safe. Yellow oleander proves that not everything beautiful is harmless. Choose safer blooms, and your garden will stay bright without the hidden danger. 5. Philodendron, the pet owner's trap. Philodendrons are among the most popular houseplants in the world. Lush, elegant, and forgiving. Their glossy, heart-shaped leaves and easygoing nature make them a staple in homes, offices, and indoor jungles. But for households with pets, they can quietly cause trouble. All philodendrons, including favorites like Howdart, Heartleaf philodendron, Yas Ibrasil, and Selim, contain quarry calcium oxalate crystals. These needle-like crystals can cause burning, drooling, swelling of the mouth and tongue, and vomiting. If chewed or swallowed by cats, dogs, or even children, while rarely fatal, the reaction is painful and distressing, and many pet owners learn this the hard way after an emergency vet visit. Even contact with the SEAP can irritate human skin, and trailing vines are tempting toys for pets who can easily damage leaves and release more sap. Despite their beauty and low maintenance appeal, philodendrons are best kept out of reach or avoided entirely in pet-friendly homes. Still, they remain beloved for good reason, thriving in an indirect light, moderate humidity, and a well-draining soil, needing only occasional watering, but safety always comes first. Safer alternatives. Spider plant, Chlorophytum comosum. Pet safe, easy, and great for hanging baskets. Parlor palm, Chamaedorea elegans, brings that same tropical touch safely. Peperomia varieties. Compact, colorful, and non-toxic. Beautiful, hardy, and classic. Yes. But for pet owners, philodendrons are better admired from afar or replaced with safer greenery that keeps both your plants and your pets thriving. 6. Sago palm, the silent pet killer. The sago palm, Cycas revoluta, might look like a miniature palm tree straight out of a tropical paradise, but it's not a palm at all, it's a cycad, part of an ancient group of plants that dates back over 200 million years to the time of the dinosaurs. Its symmetrical crown of stiff, glossy fronds and slow-growing sculptural trunk make it a landscaper's favorite. You'll often see it gracing front yards, patios, or even as a striking potted indoor accent. Its prehistoric look gives instant structure and elegance, which is exactly why it's such a popular choice. But behind that timeless beauty hides a deadly secret. Every single part of the sago palm, from its roots to its fronds, is highly toxic. The real danger, though, lies in its large orange-brown seeds, often called nuts, which are particularly tempting to pets. These seeds contain sikicin, a potent toxin that attacks the liver, nervous system, and digestive tract. Even a single seed can cause fatal liver failure in dogs or cats. What makes the sago palm especially dangerous is that symptoms often appear too late. A pet may start vomiting or showing signs of weakness hours after ingestion, by which point the toxin has already begun to damage vital organs. Common symptoms include drooling, seizures, jaundice, yellowing of the eyes or gums, and bleeding disorders. Even with emergency treatment, survival rates are low. Unfortunately, many homeowners only learn about this plant's toxicity after tragedy strikes. The sago palm is sold widely across garden centers, nurseries, and even big box home stores, often without clear warning labels. It's common in warm regions like Florida, Texas, and Southern California, where it's marketed as a hardy, drought-tolerant landscaping plant. The lack of awareness makes it especially insidious, as people unknowingly plant a deadly hazard right where their pets play. The danger doesn't stop with pets. The plant is also toxic to humans, particularly children who might handle or taste the seeds. Even touching the sap and then rubbing your eyes or mouth can cause irritation and mild poisoning symptoms. So while the sago palm's beauty might tempt you, it's a risk not worth taking. There are plenty of safer, equally elegant plants that can deliver that same tropical or architectural flair without endangering your loved ones. Safer alternatives: foxtail fern, Asparagus densiflorus, Meyer'sii. Soft, feathery fronds that look tropical but are completely non-toxic. Lady palm, Rapis excelsa, a graceful, fan-leaved palm perfect for indoor or outdoor spaces, safe for pets and easy to care for. Areca palm, Dipsis lutescens. Lush golden green fronds that thrive indoors and out, adding a natural air purifying touch to your home. If you crave that timeless tropical aesthetic, go for one of these. They offer the same sculptural beauty without the silent threat. The sago palm may be ancient and alluring, but in today's world, it's best admired from a distance. Or better yet, replaced with something that's just as stunning and 100% safe for every member of your family, furry ones included, a deadly risk. 7. Castor bean, the deadliest beauty. The castor bean, Ricinus communis, is one of those plants that instantly turns heads. With its towering height, bold tropical presence, and huge, glossy, star-shaped leaves, sometimes deep burgundy or metallic green, it looks like something out of a jungle paradise. Many gardeners grow it for its dramatic texture and the striking red seed pods that appear later in the season. It's undeniably beautiful, but few realize that this showstopper hides one of the most lethal toxins in the plant kingdom. The danger lies in its seeds, the so-called castor beans. These seeds contain ricin, an extraordinarily potent poison that can be deadly even in microscopic amounts. Just 2 or 3 chewed seeds can kill an adult human, and even smaller quantities can be fatal to children or pets. Ricin disrupts protein synthesis in cells, leading to organ failure. The toxin can also be absorbed through cuts in the skin or inhaled as dust when handling dry pods, making it a serious threat even to those who garden carefully. Ironically, castor oil, which comes from the same plant, is perfectly safe, but only because the oil extraction process removes the ricin completely. The raw seeds, however, are another story. They're sometimes mistaken for decorative beads or curios, and that's led to accidental poisonings around the world. The plant is also incredibly prolific. Once established, it reseeds easily and can spread quickly in warm climates, making it both dangerous and invasive. For families with pets, small children, or even wildlife like birds and squirrels that might nibble the seeds, it's a serious hazard. So, while it's easy to fall for its tropical allure, the castor bean is best admired from afar, not grown in home gardens. Safer alternatives. If you're drawn to those large, bold leaves and lush tropical vibes, go for Gunnera manicata, elephant ears, colocasia or alocasia, or Farfugium japonicum, leopard plant. These species give you that same dramatic, oversized foliage and exotic garden impact, but without any of the deadly risk. In short, the castor bean may be the queen of deadly beauty, but there's no reason to gamble with a plant that's literally been classified as a potential bioweapon. Stick with the safer giants. Your garden will still look stunning, and you'll sleep easier knowing everything in it is safe to touch, smell, and admire.